Hey, what's up? What's up? What it do? What it do? What it do, man? This is Chief Kalanago out here in Tennessee at the Pinson Mound State Archaeological Area. All right, so that's just a little view right here. You have to check this out. Tennessee State Parks. I'm driving in.
You've arrived.
I have arrived. That's the GPS. Anyway, I'm gonna see y'all later when I get in. So we're gonna do a little reading here, okay? All right, cool. Let's see what it says here. Pinson Mound State Archaeological Park. All right, that's in Tennessee, just so y'all know. All right, they have a map here. As you could see, man, once again, I see some they say Choctaw dancers, but none of them look like us. Like I told y'all before, if you, my people, don't want to step up and acknowledge who you are, then don't be mad at other people for taking your culture. All right? Don't be mad at people for taking your culture. Don't be mad at people for doing that to us, man. All right, it says, all right, here we go. All right, let me see. Let's read a little bit. It says, Pinson Mound is the largest Middle Woodland period ceremonial mound complex in the United States, built approximately 2,000 years ago. The prehistoric earthworks consist of at least 17 earthen mounds. Saul's Mounds, at 72 feet, is the second tallest mound in the United States. Pinson Mounds became a National Historic Landmark in 1966 and is also listed on the National Register of Historic Places. Pinson Mounds became a state park in 1974. Native peoples built Pinson Mounds on a massive scale. During this time, few sites on the continent matched Pinson's size and complexity. The complex may have once had over 30 mounds of various sizes. Only the largest are now obvious. Well, the truth is, the natives didn't build it. It was us, all right, the Aboriginals, because the natives don't know jack about that. Period. There is inadequate evidence of habitation. Instead, the site potentially served as a place for social, sacred, and significant political gatherings. The use of the ceremonial center spanned several hundred years. Once again, social, sacred, significant political gatherings. So that means we had political systems. All right. All right. So there's a trail ahead. It says vehicles prohibited. So I'm going to take a walk in this hot as sun, man. You see, this is what I do for my people, right? It's about 110 degrees out here. 110 degrees out here in Tennessee. But you know what? I like to come out and bring the knowledge to y'all, right? Because that's what I do. You feel me? So once again, man, don't hesitate to support, the work, that I do, man. You feel me? Don't hesitate to support. All this stuff I do is because I care. Because I love my people. Because I want to open up your minds. So you could see more than what you are being taught. Or what we are being taught, rather. Our children need to know who they are. They need to know about our story. Look up here. You see that mound up there? And then they have a mound here. But they built the museum in the mound. After I do this little walk right here, I'm going to go up in the museum. Just going to do a little reading, see what's what. They say reading is fun for the mental, right? So let's do a little reading. All right, cool. Let's start here. The Pinson Mound in the Mississippi Delta. Okay, Mississippi Delta. It says, a middle woodland. I mean, at least those, they have a little melanin on those, but you could still see the mongoloids. A middle woodland scene that illustrates the typical lifestyle for the Pinson Mounds period. Roundhouse styles were used at that time because we didn't do teepees. Teepees is not our thing. While the latter Mississippian tradition had shifted to rectangular house plans. A small conical mound is being built in the field in the distance. It says what? That says a design found at the Pinson mound. That looked like an octopus. All right, there goes a Maya's map of Pinson mound 1916. All right, here they're showing some mongoloids. I know those are not the original people for a fact. The Pinson mound site right here. If you want to pause the video and do your own reading, that's fine. Pinson mound seems to have served as a type of pilgrimage site with people traveling great distances to participate in ceremonies. Archaeologists have recovered portions of ceramic vessels at Pinson that were made and decorated in styles that are not local to West Tennessee. These appear to have been made under influences emanating from great distances. Some are of the style typically of Marksville in the lower left of the far left. All right, so we're gonna let me see a little reading here again. Same thing. All right, here we go. Interaction fears. Like I said, you could pause it and see what it is. Okay. It says here approximately 2,000 years ago, Native Americans across most of the eastern part of the continent developed a complex ceremonial system during a period that archaeologists refer to as a middle woodland. Once again, they were not natives. Okay, a native is anyone who is born in a land. All right, and in this day and age, native means that you are ward of the state. All right, you're property, you're a chattel. No disrespect, I'm just telling the truth. Natives didn't build the mounds. Okay, mound building had been practiced by earlier groups, but this tradition brought on a dramatic increase in the construction of large, complex earthworks, elaborate funeral rituals, geometric earthworks rather. All right, that's seemed like a mound here. For some reason, the video is telling me it's too hot. Temperature is too high to record. But anyway, just showing y'all a little bit of that. Okay. So that seemed to be part of the mound. I'm thinking the entire thing was a mound, and they kind of like. So this is another part of the mound. As you could see, they opened up the mound. All right, and they put a museum in there. So this is the entrance to the museum. It's actually in the mound. All right. So I'm just walking around, and I'm inside the museum right now. All right, they have names right here. So I like to show people the names. Okay. I like to show people the names. Food. You have 5 tribes. You have Chickasaw tribe. You have Chickasaw, Shawnee tribe, Indian corn, Seneca sunflower right here. Alrighty, you have Indian tobacco right here. Arikara, yellow bean plant, battleground, moccasins. All right. It says the Indians have contributed much of our modern culture. You hear that? Oh, the Indians have contributed much of our modern culture. Items such as moccasins, canoes, snowshoes have become commonplace that easily forget their origin. Many names of our towns, rivers, and lakes are the same names the Indians gave them centuries ago. So like I told y'all before, a lot of the names are actually indigenous names. From our computer and spaceship world, it is easy to think of the Indians' culture as primitive. We forget, however, that the first Europeans to this continent had a culture that was not significantly advanced from that of the Indian. Although the Indians had not developed the use of forged metals, their understanding of agriculture and medicine was on the same level as Europeans. I wonder which Europeans they're talking about. In fact, many Europeans arrived their first years in the wilderness only with the help of their Indian neighbors. Of course, we are talking about dark-skinned Europeans at that time. Let's not get it twisted. I'm going to break all this down, though. The Indians contributed many new food. Of course, those were the Moors, by the way, because Moors are not aboriginals of this land. The Indians contributed many new food items to the European diet. These items included corn, several varieties of beans, squash, and gourds, as well as pumpkin, tomatoes, peppers, sunflowers, chocolate, and vanilla. Medicine, as we know it today, is a late development. You hear that? Medicine as we know today is a late development. The early Europeans relied on herbal medicines, just as the Indians did. So don't let them make you think you can't use your herbs. The Indians used a wide variety of herbal medicines to relieve headaches, fever, and colds, stop bleeding, soothe burns, etc. The Europeans learned of the native medicines from the Indians, and early druggists prepared the herbs for ready use. All right? And that's material culture. Just giving you guys a quick tour here. We have major areas of the whole field influence. All right. Now y'all could, pause this and read this for yourselves. I'm just showing y'all some stuff, okay? All right. All those things that was found here, okay? Found on the land, just so y'all know. And from all these areas, they found those little things right here, those little artifacts. All right, y'all could pause the video and see for yourselves. All right, well, this says Pinson Mounds, non-local Adams. So those were probably other clans that came by. All right, they're showing some pottery. All right, here we are. Check all that out. All the pottery stuff, we used to do that in the islands as well. Okay. All right, you have the twin mounds, the honored dead. Okay. Profile of the mound. Excavation in progress. That's what these people do, man. Destroy everything that's natural. Y'all could check this out right here. Pause the video and read it for yourselves, okay? Because it's a lot of reading, and for, on storage purposes on my phone, I'm just going to go through it. You have the city of Cisco near Pinson, Madison County. All right, so for those of you who are in that area and you want to pause the video, all right, it says 1922 map of Pinson Mound. All right, check it out if you want to pause the video and look at some of those places and the names so you could have an idea. All right. Cool. All right, read all those things for yourself. And that's an interesting picture. All right. Those are natives, but they're not aboriginals. Okay, there's a difference. Alrighty. That's the historic period right there. Now it says AD 1539 and forward. The first written accounts of Native Americans in the southern United States are associated with the Spanish entrada of Hernando de Soto. The Estrada landed at Tampa Bay, Florida in 1539 and spent the next 4 years traveling southwest in an unsuccessful attempt to find gold before the survivors fled down the Mississippi. Now, I'm not going to read the entire thing. You could pause it and read for yourself. All right? Read for yourself. Let me put it in a different direction so that light, okay, the glare, it don't affect the reading. All right? So here you go. You could pause it and read it for yourselves, okay? They have some coins here. I'm certainly sure those coins cost a pretty penny right now. Alrighty. Now all those boats or those ships, they had sails. They didn't have engines. They didn't have motors at that time, right? So y'all explain and tell me all these supposed slaves they brought here on these damn little ships. I'll wait. Anyway, they're showing natives. I haven't seen any of the Aboriginals. All right, those are clearly Mongoloids. They're not Aboriginals. All right, y'all could go ahead and read that. Trying to see if I could block that light right there, so y'all could do that reading yourselves. Okay, here we go. All right. Alrighty. How you doing?
Doing fine.
All right, I'm fine, thank you. The archaic period. Now, how are you going to show archaic period and you're showing Mongoloids? You see, that's where his story get twisted. Because apparently they're not the original people. And like I told y'all before, a picture tells 1,000 words, right? If you're replaced in the pictures, then you're going to be replaced in history, in his story. So y'all could go ahead, pause the video, and read these things yourself, all right? The Paleo-Indian period. All right. It says this map is a portion of North America distribution of evidence for Paleo-Indian presence in the prehistoric landscape, based primarily on the record of period tool finds. All right, database, America's Artifacts database. All right. The map is courtesy of the University of Tennessee. There we go. So we start talking about Paleo-Americans, and you start seeing this Mongoloids, man. Listen, that's some BS, all right? And I'm going to stand on that. For real. The first Americans. Now look at how they have the first Americans looking. Almost looking like monkeys, huh? They gave them the dark complexion, but they still look mixed with Mongols. So y'all could read that yourselves. It says the continents of Asia and North America were connected by land that is now submerged beneath the Bering Sea. Yeah, that's the story they want to give you and talking about they came here from Siberia. Okay, yeah, right. Yeah, listen, man. This is some BS, man. I'm telling y'all. This illusion and this lie is so deep. It's not even funny, right? Oh, those artists got some great skills, though. Yeah, but they painted the wrong people. Alrighty. Go ahead and y'all could go ahead and read these for yourselves. Pause the video and do your own reading. All right. All right. Those are historic periods. Alrighty, cool. yeah, I think that might be the extent of this, unless there's something else. Nope. I think that's it, fam. They have a video room if you want to see a video or a story of what they're talking about. I guess they tell the story here on these videos. Right here, right? Pinson Mound, Between Cultures. Play, program, chapters. So basically, like I said, man, everything is about somebody telling your story, and it could be twisted. That's just what it is. So I'm about to conclude the video, all right? All right, one.